afternoon and welcome. My name is Julia Middleton and I work with the Rural Health Initiative. The mission of the RHI is to engage partners to share ideas and expertise and to support communities in improving health while stimulating a higher level of wellness across the state. Thank you all for joining us today for the webinar Shape Up Montana, presented by Karen Sanford Gall, Executive Director, and Suzie Eades, Operations Director. Karen has been the Executive Director for the Big Sky State Games, an Olympic-style sports festival, for 15 years and employed by Montana's Games since 1990. The 2011 State Games involved over 10,000 participants and 2,000 volunteers, ranking it the largest state games per capita in the nation. The Big Sky State Games organization also conducts Shape Up Montana, which has 7,000 to 8,000 participants annually, Big Sky Fit Kids Day, Yellowstone Valley Elementary School Cross Country Race, and Heart and Soul Race. Karen is active nationally in Montana and in the Billings community, serving on numerous boards. Current board service includes National Congress of State Games, National Federation of High School Associations, Montana High School Association, Billings YMCA, Montana Women's Run, and the Midland Roundtable. She is a member of Rotary, Zonta, Eat Right Montana, and Billings Action for Healthy Kids. Suzie has been the Operations Director for the Big Sky State Games since 2002. Before that, Suzie was the Fitness Director and Program Director for the Billings Athletic Club for 18 years. She is a certified personal trainer by the National Strength and Conditioning Association and a member of the American College of Sports Medicine. She received her bachelor's in liberal sciences, and her major course of study was human performance and psychology. Suzie is also active in the Billings community. She is currently on the Montana Women's Run board and chairs the Women's Run Getting Started clinics. She is a co-chair of Montana Action for Healthy Kids and a member of Eat Right Montana and the Billings Action for Healthy Kids. Nationally, she serves as the awards chair for the National Congress of State Games. Just a few technical details before we begin. All lines have been set to mute. You may press *6, again that's *6 to unmute your line. At the end of the presentation, there will be an opportunity to ask questions. Without any further ado, Karen and Suzie, whenever you're ready, you can take it away.
Can you hear us?
Yep, and you sound great.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was unmuting. Good afternoon. We're delighted to be the guest of this webinar, and we participated last year and had a great time being able to reach more people across Montana than we normally can on a daily basis. So welcome and thank you for taking your lunch hour to be with us. I'm Karen, and Suzie and I will be both presenting today. I'll start off by first of all explaining Shape Up Montana to you, and then I'll turn it over to Suzie, who will help navigate the new website and show you some of the tools, new tools, and ways to make it work in your organization and things that will make it more interactive and fun for participants. We've been conducting Shape Up Montana for 10 years. We're excited about this year. Over the 10-year history of the program, we've reached more than 43,000 Montanans, some people beyond our borders. There's a number of organizations that have employees outside the state, and since we added a family division, there's a number of families that have participants from really all over the world participating in the program, so it's been a lot of fun. When we started the program, initially we piloted it here in Billings, and then 1 year, and then wanted to take it statewide after we saw that it was viable. The way that we're able to make it work, first of all, is through corporate funding and support, and it works. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and it has been a gift to the state of Montana to have corporate players involved, and you can see those people on the slide that are involved, and they each play a significant role. Some of them are in-kind support, some of them have memberships and provide monetary support. two interesting partners that I think are Montana Chamber Choices and Two Medicine. They work significantly with the business community in involving businesses, quite frankly, would not be able to reach without their support. We're very grateful to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Montana, who's our presenting sponsor. So what is Shape Up Montana? I think a number of you have probably heard of the program, but in a nutshell, it's a 3-month team-based wellness program, and our goal is to engage Montanans in more physical activity or sustainable physical activity, and then getting them top-of-mind awareness of healthy nutrition and making it part of their everyday. Excuse me. We specifically decided when we started the program to go with a winter program, not right after the first of the year when New Year's resolutions are quickly broken, but we wanted to carry people through the inclement weather months in Montana and then let them kind of take flight with what they like to do once spring rolls around. So February 1st through May 1st has been our target area, and it's worked well for us. People form a team of 4 to 10 people, and we have people engaged in the program that are, working for a company, and where the company, small business, large business, they do it as part of their wellness program, or maybe it is their entire wellness program. But it's a way for many businesses to at least embark on thinking about creating a wellness program. Then we just have book clubs, church groups. We have added a family division in recent years, and we have a number of families that are participating. And what the teams do, they decide whether they want to track their mileage, what we mean is track their physical activity, or work on weight loss. Now, they can do both, but if a team wants to do weight loss, they can sign up for accumulated activity, but the entire team has to also agree to sign up to do the weight loss. And it does not cost extra to do both programs at the same time. We do encourage, if they're really focused just on weight loss, we encourage them to do the accumulated activity. Not all do, but many do. And we find their success rate is much greater if they do both programs, where they're actually tracking their physical activity. I'll start by explaining the accumulated activity division. We have a number of different divisions, and that has grown over the years as we have learned from different groups who's participating and why they're participating. But the divisions are a beginner division, an intermediate, experienced, professional, and family. And I think they're pretty self-explanatory. Beginner are people that are just maybe the majority of the team are just starting out on maybe exercising. Intermediate would be a little more advanced. Experienced, maybe those folks have, the majority of the team, they're training for a 5K or 10K, or they're doing a lot of physical activity already. Professional would be if you have a professional instructor of some type on your team, then you're in the professional category. For example, if you have a Zumba teacher, cycling teacher, or spinning teacher, those kinds of things on it. Then last year we added the family division, and that kind of explains itself. Teams track their miles based on the activity that they perform, and we do have, which Suzie will show you in a little bit, an activity conversion calculator. We used to have just where you could calculate it on we had a little piece of paper that you calculated it by, but we've gotten a little more sophisticated, and they can actually put in that I like to vacuum, and I do 30, which is not true, but 35 minutes of it, how much physical activity does that count as? And then it converts it into mileage. The program is based on an on-your-honor system. There is a degree of competition to it, in that at the end, the teams that log the most miles, lose the most percentage of weight, will be awarded medals, just like in the spirit of the Big Sky State Games. But overall, the goal is just to get people moving and active. Members report monthly their mileage. miles, and it's very easy from the early days of the program where we had an adult team captain, which we still do, that was working to get the numbers from their fellow team members. Now each team member can just record their miles on their own, and it's a very turnkey, easy system for them to navigate through, and we'll show you that in just a minute. The winning teams, I kind of mentioned this at the end of Shape Up Montana. May 1st is the conclusion. Then we average those miles, and it's the most miles logged over the 3-month program. Go ahead. The weight loss division, it encourages healthy, appropriate diet and physical activity. So we're not really advocating or pushing any type of unusual diet. We're encouraging a healthy diet and through physical activity as a basis for people to get to their ideal weight. The one issue of importance to many members that want to participate on a weight loss team is who do I have to tell my weight to, or how do I report it? Well, it's on your honor, and it can be reported confidentially to our office. They submit it, and no one, even on the back end, when the team captain looks up their team, they will not see a weight at all. So we want people to feel comfortable with that. Teams are then, they do at the beginning of the program, they weigh in, midway through the program, and then at the conclusion. So March and then May they would conclude. And as I mentioned earlier, it's the highest percentage of weight over the 3 months lost that we keep track of. I kind of mentioned earlier completion rates, and we're very proud of the completion rates of participants in the program. If you're looking at the slide, you'll notice that those that are the most successful are the activity teams, and that's why we do encourage the weight loss. And I think that makes sense because with the weight loss, if they're not seeing things go their direction, they may not complete the program, and which is so often if somebody gets involved in a diet where they're trying to lose weight, and if things aren't working out for them, or if they fall by the wayside, their goals and their effort doesn't go the direction they want, they sometimes quit. But where with participating by recording your physical activity, even if you have a bad day, bad week, you didn't get your mileage, you can always the next week take care of that. The one great thing about the program, and I speak to companies or hospitals, organizations that are really trying to move that beginning person, the person who currently is not exercising at all. The great thing about it is that they are, for maybe the first time in their life, become aware of that whatever they do physically to be active, they're rewarded for. And those are the people, the beginning division sometimes has the best completion rate because they take it seriously, and they wear pedometers, they record every amount of physical activity that they do. And by doing that, they get a lot of miles. In fact, sometimes the beginning teams have more miles than the experienced teams or the professional teams, because those folks may just be counting their workouts, the professional or experienced, and the beginners count absolutely everything they do, to the point where, jumping up in the middle of the night to run to the restroom, we get people counting that mileage. So it just makes them very much aware of the amount of physical activity that they get on a daily basis. The other item that we do at the conclusion of the program, we do a survey of all participants to see what worked for them, and you can see by the responses what the program did for our participants. 66% said they exercised more, 54% ate more fruits and vegetables, they cut down on fast foods, they were cooked healthier at home, more than half felt healthier at the conclusion of the program, felt better about themselves, and then the 91% said because it helped them lead a healthier life and that they would do it again. So I think, in a way, it's a jump start. It just gets people motivated again, going again, supported again. It creates that that accountability that a team does and that support system of the team, and then the extra accountability by actually documenting what you do. So what I'm going to do now is turn it over to Suzie, who will chat a little bit about we have a brand new website, and I think some really nice tools that will enhance the program. Hi, good afternoon. This is Suzie, and I hope you can hear me. I'm kind of reaching over Karen here to get to the computer. But this is our new site, and I'm just going to go directly to it to show you some tools and how people sign in and all of the goodies on our site. We're very excited about this. It's a long time coming, and we're very excited to launch this. So this is the official site of the game, or the Shape Up Montana. If you were to scroll down, I'm going to show you some tools that are right on the home page. So we'll just scroll this far down. This gives a little, description of what Karen just visited about Shape Up, and you can see that we have some wellness calculators right on the home page. We'll go ahead and click on that. And we have a light box that comes up, which is kind of handy, so you don't have to close out of anything. If you scroll down, you'll see that there's the BMI standard formula. It'll calculate your BMI based on your weight. And I'll just give you an example of that. I'm going to make myself a little taller today. Those of you who might know me know that I'm not 5'5". So I'm going to put that in there. And that's going to give me a result with my BMI, and it says that puts me in the average category. Down below, you'll see another one. This is kind of fun. This is a reverse BMI calculator, and this tells you what my ideal body weight should be based on my height. Now, the energy requirement calculator is kind of fun, and this is based on your activity level, and this is going to tell you approximately how many calories you should be consuming based on your activity level. Now, if my current weight is 140, and my target weight, say if I wanted to be 135 by the end of the program, or 130, I would put that in there. So it kind of gives me an idea of where I would need to be. That is my real age. I'll put that on there until I'm 50. And I'll put this in here. You can be whatever you want, right? And the gender, I'm a female today, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to throw in here the activity levels, and those are all printed out and described to you on what you want to be. And we'll just say, for instance, low activity, although I'm not, but we'll say that. Just to give an idea, we'll calculate that. It says my daily average requirements to maintain that as a female was about 2,000 calories. Now, if you go higher, it's going to give you more calories, because the reason for that is those are good calories that you want to expend. And if we wanted to go lower in weight, of course, that would give you less calories. Target heart rate, this is just an approximate. This is just a quick calculation on what your target heart rate, and if any of the participants are any type of heart or blood pressure medication, they cannot use this calculation. Go ahead and close out of that. So the activity conversion calculator is really fun, and it was developed with a company that we'd worked with, and it gives an idea of how many miles you would get based on an activity that you were to do. And even though we know it can be based on intensity levels, we had to come up with something to give us an average for everybody. And so that's how those are calculated. We're going to put a weight in here, and then we're going to pick a category, and you pick any of these categories, and within these categories there would be something for you to choose. So say we are in, let's do a water activity, and then activities would come up, and then you would select from this activity any of these. So say, for instance, we're going to do some synchronized swimming, just for fun. And say we did that for 60 minutes. Now, we know synchronized swimming is pretty rigorous. So we're going to calculate that out. If I did it for 60 minutes, that's going to give me 9.5 miles. So I calculate that as my miles for that activity. You can change this in anything. We go dancing. Zumba, by the way, is under that. We'll pick Zumba because everyone does Zumba. Now this would be 60 minutes doing it non-stop. So say, for instance, if you go to a class, you have a little bit of a warm-up, and we'll say the whole class that you're doing Zumba is 45 minutes, and that's going to give me 3 miles. So that's the way the activity calculator works, and we find it's a good tool. People really enjoy it. And I still get emails on all kinds of different things, but really, if the members just use their best judgment and, put in, most people are really honest about what they do and the miles they earn. So if there's any question at all, they can always email me and we can work it out. But for the most part, people use this calculator pretty fairly. Okay. We do have exercises on here and recipes, and to access those, you'll have to log into the dashboard to see those, and I will we'll go over that in just the weekly challenges. You click on that. The weekly challenges are where people can earn bonus miles by completing both the activity and the nutrition challenge that we have posted weekly. And once they do that, they would click on this logo, and their name and their team name would come up, and they could write a comment if they wanted to, or they could just hit submit, and it goes into report for me. And then each week, at the end of the week, we check out those reports, we put them all in a hat, and people go in for incentive drawings, and we pick anywhere between 8 to 10 people every week to earn an incentive prize. And that's anything from a water bottle to lunch bag to healthy cookbooks and veggie tray. And the veggie Karen talks to me. And Albertsons provides us veggie trays and fruit trays for you to win as well, those certificates. Thank you, Karen. She's announcing it. Okay, so we're going to scroll back up. Now, it's really pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to go through everything, but there is all of the drop-down box talks about the activity, weight loss category, how to set up your dashboard, the weekly challenges that we've talked about. These are the results from last year, so people can kind of check out and see where they need to be. And that's all the teams, just as a frequently asked questions. From here, this is our resource page, and this is the recipe archive from last year, and all of our nutrition information comes from Eat Right Montana. And so each week when on your dashboard, you'll have all your nutrition stuff and your activity information, but this right here are the recipes that were provided last year from Eat Right Montana. And so why don't we go ahead and sign in, and you're able to sign in after you register your team. And it's very important that each of your team members supply an email address, because we will send a link as soon as the team is registered. The system automatically sends out a link to set up your username and password. They follow the little profile link, and they set it up, and then they come to this screen, and they'll throw it in, and they sign in. It takes them directly to the dashboard, and only members who participate see this. You can see it says, "Welcome, Suzie Eades." This is my dashboard. You'll see the Billings Clinic here, and this is kind of fun. We can, for organizations, if you have more than 2 teams, we'd be happy to put your logo here so your team members can see, your own organization logo right there. And then scroll down below, you see the team captain and the team information, what division we are, our team name, and what have you. Up above here are your tools. Again, the wellness calculators are located here. The activity conversion calculator is here. This is new. This is a new tracker map. You click on this, and again, a light box comes up, and we can put in a destination. Oops. And you do need to put in what? No. And then I'll just put our office. And then what it does, it tracks our miles. Yeah, Billings, Montana. And it says track route, and it says it's 4.7 miles. And once I do that, so I know that's how far it is on here, gives me the route. You can look at it through satellite as well. And you can, it's just the Google map, and you can increase it, decrease it. Once you hit submit, it goes into your archive files. And so if you, so you can keep track of the miles that you've done. Or if you want to go back and do that route again, you can go back on to view the map, and it'll take you right back to your route again. Or you can make a new one, and you can view those at any time. If you decide you hated that route, you can just delete it. So this is a fun tool, and again, you would keep track of your miles. You can keep track of your miles that way, walking, running, or biking. Here is where the weekly challenges. We talked about the weekly challenges. They can view the weekly challenge. They can submit it here, and this is where the weekly winners will be listed every week. And they would click on, if they see their name here, then they would click on here and send an email, and we send them out their prize. Below is the veggie challenge, and that's a monthly challenge, and that's a fruit and veggie challenge that's done monthly, and we also do incentive prizes for that as well. So down below you'll see where you'll enter your miles, and you click on that, but right now is not the time to enter your miles. You would enter your miles, your total month, at the end of the month, and that link will be open for approximately 10 days, starting at the end of February through the 10 days of March to submit your February miles, and you can edit those at any time through that period. This is where you'd be able to view all your team miles. So as team captain, I'm able to view my team miles for everybody on my team. So if Amy hasn't did her miles yet and everyone else is, I can kind of give Amy a nudge. What Amy would see on her page as a team member is just her miles and the team average miles, but she wouldn't be able to see everyone else's miles. Since we are linked with Billings Clinic, we're able to view just teams in my division and in my company. And right now, there's nothing to view because there's no teams. And then this right here compares total average miles in the division, and that's throughout the whole state. So that would be all experienced teams throughout the state. You'd be able to view that. These are the current articles that are ready to go for the kickoff of the program. Here they're in a PDF format, so they're easily, they show up easily, and then they're all printer friendly. Here in the exercises of the week is an animated exercise, and it's divided into beginning and advanced. And here each week you'll have a new video, and the video is provided by the American Council on Exercise. And if you just click on here, it'll start the program, or it'll start it. Jessica Matthews. Well, it may seem logical to think that the more calories we spend to exercise, the more so that kind of gives you an idea. And all of these, each week, the exercises, the articles, and the videos will all be archived under here, so you can always go back and view them at a later date. And I think we've covered everything. If you need, there's the help button if you have trouble. If you need to add a new team member, that takes you to the page to add a new team member, and that is a writable PDF. At this point, we are unable to add a team member online to register online like you would a regular team, so this is a writable PDF. But you can initially register your entire team online. Yeah, this is just adding for adding. Mm-hmm. And of course, the register button is right here, and this talks just a little bit about it. And you can either download a registration, or you can go right to the online registration site. Let's talk a little bit about the corporate toolkit. Mm-hmm. And absolutely, the corporate toolkit is located under resource. This is the resource page for it. We thought this was pretty funny. Some people don't know they had a wellness department until they were told they were in charge of it. So we're here to help you, and this is what we can provide you monthly reports on your teams, so you can take those and incentivize your employees how you wish. We can do your logo on the team page that we talked about on the companies. We showed that a bit. And then right here is a good area for you to click on. It's a PDF version, and you can just print that off, and it gives you all kinds of information on how to implement it into your program. It really is very easy to do. So with that, we're going to open it up for some questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Karen and Susie. That was great. I'm extra excited now for our office to register a team and use this great new website. Just a reminder, if anyone has questions, to press *6 to unmute your line. Again, that's *6 to unmute and ask questions.
Hi, Karen and Susie. This is Kaylin from the RHI. I was wondering what the cost is for this program to participate.
Great question. We can cover that. Probably kind of important. It's $15 per person, and with that they get the T-shirt, their dashboard, and then they're automatically entered into the Big Sky State Games Fitness Walk. And our intention there is to kind of connect the dots from inactivity to more involvement. So those are some of, and then Susie brought up what some of the perks are. You know, the calculators and whatnot, but $15. Now, I will share with you, if you are an employee of one of our sponsors of the program or sponsors of the Big Sky State Games or any of our Montana Amateur Sports events, we offer it at a reduced cost of $10. And we just want our corporate partners to know that they help sustain the programming that we're able to put on, and we want to reward them for their gift to us. So that's kind of our structure. It's very, very affordable.
Karen and Susie, I had a question come through the chat box. This is Julia, and it's from Roger DeBrito asking about the family division. If you could explain that a little bit more, please.
Sure. The family division can consist of any family member, and they do not need to reside in Montana, because the program is web-based. They're able to access from anywhere as long as they have a computer and their email address. And what it's done, when we started the program, we had Shape Up and then Big Sky Fit Kids, but we've had interest by families too, because they want to work together on their own cohesive unit and supporting each other, and it's worked very well. You can have young people participate in Shape Up Montana of any age. They just cannot compete in or participate in the weight loss division unless they're 18 years of age. Mm-hmm. And we found that some of the companies have started to offer Shape Up Montana to their spouses and their families of their employees, and that's we see a big jump in those relationships because the companies understand the importance of engaging the whole family in an active lifestyle.
And a follow-up to that question, Susie and Karen, what's the cost for the family division?
It is the same, so $15 per person.
Are there any other questions? And you can either type those into the chat box on the right side of your screen, or press *6 to unmute your line.
One thing we'll mention, that we do have an Inspire Others spot on the website, and really the success of the program has been because of this team-based part, where the team comes up with a fun name, and they together work together to support their journey to better health and fitness. And so the Inspire Others is really neat. We'll be putting on little story ideas or ideas of things to do. A couple things that we didn't add is that in March we will have a week that is we're working with health clubs across the state. They will provide free access to their health clubs for a week, and sort of to give our members of Shape Up Montana a peek at what belonging to a health club can be like, and there'll be everything from, a full health club to YMCAs, that kind of thing, curves, all kinds of different groups that we're contacting across the state, and so you could even shop a little in your community for what works for you. And it takes away sometimes that intimidating factor of going to a health club that some people feel when they're beginning to get into shape.
All right, there's one last comment through the chat box, and it says, thanks, it's a great program, and we're in. So with that, if there aren't any more questions, I'd like to thank everyone who participated today, especially Karen and Suzie. What a fantastic presentation. I'm really looking forward to being a part of Shape Up Montana again this year. And just a reminder, the webinar and the slides will be posted on our website. You'll get an email with a link in case you'd like to pass that along to other people interested in the program. And with that, have a great day, and thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.